Let's get those lines recorded.
Hello, my name is Jeremy. I'm one of the creators of Dexter Stardust Adventures in Outer Space. I'm currently working on two games. The first is a point-and-click adventure game, and the second is a pixel art platformer game. I apologize for not being able to put out a devlog the last week. I had a lot of personal things to take care of. But I'm here this week and I'm putting out a devlog, so let's get to it. In Dexter Stardust Season 1, we received some more voiceover recordings, this time from out in California. Munk, you know a couple, Jordan and Tegan, well, they agreed to play two different characters, Reggie and Polly. Let's talk about the character Reggie first. Now, Reggie is this hippie guy who talks a lot about the energy from the universe, and if you listen closely to his dialogue lines, he gives away a few Easter eggs about what's going to happen to Dexter. Now, he just is this character. He also wears a giant taco costume and he hands out flyers for free tacos at the taco shack. So let's take a look at the character and listen to a little bit of the lines that Jordan recorded.
Dexter, you're back! What can I do for you, my guapo taco? Hola, Dex. As you can see, I'm just handing out these free taco flyers while feeding off the energy from the universe that surrounds us all. Sure, the universe gives off free energy that sustains both you and I and everything around us. Exactly like free tacos.
Jordan did a great job, and as you can hear there, Dexter's lines are not recorded yet, so Munk, I'm waiting on you.
Let's get those lines recorded.
Now, about Polly, let's talk about that character. Tegan played Polly, and she did a wonderful job capturing this character's personality. But before she decided to play this character was named Buddy. But since Tegan's playing this character, we changed it to Polly. And it's all for the better because I wasn't really happy with Buddy's character sprites. I really wanted to rework the character, and this was a perfect opportunity to do that. And we can see a little bit about the process about how I go reworking a character. I start with a rough sketch, I do a final sketch, and then I go and do an inking, and then I put some color in. And I do this for every single frame of animation, since this is a traditionally hand-animated game. It's digital artwork, but it's done in a traditional sense. I'm really happy with how this character turned out and what the character sounds like, so let's take a look and let's listen to how Tegan performed this character's dialogue lines.
They're out in the forest somewhere. Well, today's navigation day, and the scout leader said that I can't go with them because I don't have my navigator's badge. Thanks. With a compass and a map, I can get you anywhere, even if it's off the beaten path. I'll be here. Come on, Dexter, follow me. I'll show you how to get to that radio hut. It's the only way I can get my navigator's badge.
Again, Dexter's lines are not recorded yet, so Munk,
Let's get on that.
moving on to Dexter Stardust Season 2. You may remember in the last devlog that I struggled a lot with the character design for this one enemy called the Vanguard. Because in Dexter Stardust Season 1, this character is more lean. And when I drew the character, it was just a little more chunky, and I didn't really like how the character didn't look anything like it should. So I reworked the character sprite, I reworked all those animations, and I put it in the game, and let's take a look at what that looks like. And speaking of redrawing assets, I reworked all of the tile sets that exist thus far in Dexter Stardust Season 2. That's not a lot of tile sets, but it's a few tile sets, and I reworked some of the art. I'm trying to make sure that the background doesn't have a definitive black outline like the characters do in some of the interactive objects like the crates and the boxes that you can break. I want the background to blend in. I want the background to feel like a background. So I did that with all the tile sets and all the different sprites that I created so far. Just reworked them, redressed them so that they feel more like the background. And I reworked those new tile sets and new sprites into some new tutorial levels. Previously, I created a tutorial level just for Dexter, but what I realized is the person playing this game, is going to come into the game not knowing anything about any of the characters. So while it's fine that they get a chance to experience Dexter, they need to be able to experience all 4 characters very quickly. So I created a few scenes where you get to play Dexter, then Aurora, then the robot, and then Jetto. And there's an automatic character select between each scene, and you have to use that character's special ability in order to progress to the next scene. So I think it's a wonderful way to quickly acquaint a new player with these 4 characters before they go to the first level, in which they can select any character they want, because I want each level to be, I want you to be able to finish or complete a level with any of the 4 characters. But depending on the character that you select, you'll be able to finish the level in a different way. I feel like that will give the game a unique feel. Well, moving back to the tutorials, let's get back to it. Let me show you what those quick tutorial levels or quick tutorial scenes play like. All right, let's take a look at this scene here. You can see this very first jump is a perfect example of why we need tutorials. The player needs to know how Dexter's rocket jump functions. It's more lateral rather than vertical. You'll see that Aurora is vertical. And if you're playing Dexter, you can make that kind of a jump. Dexter changes to Aurora right here, and of course we'll have an animation to communicate that later. Here Aurora goes vertical, so she has a vertically ascending rocket jump while Dexter's is lateral. And this gives the character, or rather the player, a risk-free moment to experiment with these characters. You'll notice that there's no enemies, there's no spikes, nothing. There Aurora changes to the robot. Now, you can see that the robot, he can't reach up there, he can't ledge grab, but he can roll underneath. So that is the robot number 4. That is his special move. He can roll under things. While the other ones, they can crouch, but they can't roll under something. They can't go fast, and they can't go under the 1 unit high block. And again, Jetto, he can't get over to that ledge unless you use his special move, which is a sombrero float. So there we go. That's Jetto's special move. And of course, you can also use their attacks in each level. You have to exit the level by using their attack by breaking a block. Well, that's everything that I was able to accomplish in both Dexter Stardust Season 1 and Dexter Stardust Season 2 in the last few weeks. In this coming week for Dexter Stardust Season 1, I hope to work on some more voiceovers. My wife has agreed to play one of the characters, so that'll be fun recording her. And I myself, I'm also going to work on some more characters. So there's an enemy located at the end of the game that I have to work on. In addition to that, I got some excellent feedback from some people that played Dexter Stardust on an iPad, on iOS. And they described to me that they found it difficult to understand how the inventory works. They had to play around with it for a few seconds. And I want players to immediately know how to use the interface. They shouldn't have to struggle through anything. So I might create some instructions, like a quick tutorial, maybe just 5 seconds that flashes on the screen, so that the player knows exactly how to use the inventory in Dexter Stardust Season 1, which is a point-and-click adventure game. Inventory is very important. For Dexter Stardust Season 2 this next week, I hope to work a little bit more on level creation. I already created those tutorial levels. I'm really happy with the way that they turned out, but I want to put together a little bit of the game so that I can start giving it out to friends and family, people who can just try out what the second season plays like. Since it's a platformer, I'm quite skilled at it because I play it all the time, but I want to know what new players think of it. Is it too difficult? What could I change? I want to make sure that any big changes, I change them now, before I'm too far into development and it's more difficult to change. So I'm working on building out the levels in Dexter Stardust Season 2 so I can have something to play and give out. Now, at the end of each devlog, I always say, stay safe, but I really mean it. Munk and Isa, you guys are out in Northern California with all those wildfires. Please stay safe. And then also, Alec and Lola, you guys are down in the Dominican Republic. I know that there's just tropical storms, and we live in Florida. We're worried about the tropical storms too, so we're going to try and stay safe. You guys, please stay safe. Take care, and I'll see you in the next devlog.